Okay, good afternoon all. Welcome to the December meetup. So as part of this meeting today, we have product updates, some ecosystem updates, and then we have in the NGO Spotlight section, we'll have Project Potential, who's doing some amazing work in Bihar. We have Ashok and Kriti from Project Potential to share more about their work. So first, to begin with the product updates, I'll hand it over to Vinay. Vinay, if you can unmute and share the product updates, I'll keep moving the screen.
Sure. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you are.
So this slide might be slightly non-intuitive to people who come here for the first time. But every month when we do this, we kind of update this a similar sort of slide with removing off the greens which happened last time and adding in the new things that have come in. So here we have a color of orange, red, and green. Orange is the stuff that we are currently working on. Green is the stuff that's gone live already, and red is the stuff that typically is yet to start. In this too, we have only one red. So at a very broad level, there are three things that we are focusing on at this point in time. One is to improve the ease of self-service, and self-service is kind of like a theme that we will go in today's session. But that is one of the core themes of the development product roadmap that we have today. As part of this, there were a few things that were still in progress last time when we started. One is the self-service reports through Metabase, where a bunch of automated reports automatically get created in Metabase whenever somebody creates a new organization or tenant on Avni. There was also this ability that we wanted to build to look at a difference in zip files. So I'm sure a lot of you might be familiar with the metadata zip file, which is essentially like something that encompasses all the different changes that are present in one organization. So you can essentially export them and add it to a new organization. So this is something that is missing today, and this was causing a lot of confusion in the sense that when we do it, we might take from one organization, we might update it to another organization, or even if you don't do it, you don't know exactly what difference is there when you move something from a UAT to a production. So these are things that is currently being actively worked on. We are hoping that by somewhere around January, both of these should actually go live and it should be useful. We did something around automatic rule generation. There is a lot of rule generation that happens today, but we wanted to extend its capabilities, but we've kind of put a hold to it right now because we were not very clear of the technical direction this needs to take. Um, so that's about the improving of ease of self-service as a as a product feature, or as like a bunch of product features. That's what is happening in that. But recently we've also been focusing a lot on getting the data entry app up to the standards. So initially when Avni came in, we didn't really have a data entry app. And then we had a data entry app, but there was not much usage. Today we have a bunch of people who are using the data entry app. And when I say data entry app, I mean the browser equivalent of what you have on the Avni Android application. There were some features that are missing. There are cases where the performance is not really up to the mark. For example, the search takes forever and things like that. And this became real problems when people started using the data entry application in earnest. So we are working quite a bit on trying to fix that, getting the search screen to run really load fast, getting locations to run really fast, getting certain other screens to come faster, and also add some permissions. The permissions and everything we had talked about in the last month, they were all done. So this had, I think, 3 or 4 points. They all got done, and this was the final point that was in progress when we discussed last month, which was the performance of search screens that has also gone live as we speak right now. The third stream of work that we are working is on mandatory upgrades. So as and when technology progresses, right, we have to always keep abreast with the technology. For example, the Java core we've been using was a version 8, and version 8 officially is getting discontinued in 2026. which means that we have to actually upgrade to the latest version. The same thing to do with Postgres, Superset, and Metabase. Superset and Metabase, we keep upgrading just so that we get all the new features that come in. So that's something that has been done already. The Java and Postgres upgrades are happening at this point. Both of this, I'm guessing, would be done by January. This is also work in progress at this time. We've also been talking a lot about how the performance of the system is something that we were focusing on. So in the next slide, you will see a snapshot of what this means. So you can see that in September and October, you'll see that these high performance. So this is basically the average response times of every single request that is being served by the Avni server. Over time, we've slowly kind of reduced this. Right now, it's somewhere in the 400, 500 millisecond range on average. We'd want to bring it down further. Our aim is to keep like a below 500 millisecond average response time for Avni, and that's what we are trying to aim at this point. We are kind of almost there, but we will keep working on the performance because as the number of organizations grow, so does the load on the server, and that's something that we are keeping tabs on. That's pretty much a roundup of all the product updates. If there are questions, please ask now. If not, I think Arjun, you can continue with the next slide.
Hi Vinay, this is Pooja.
Hi, Pooja.
Yeah, I have one query. So you said the data entry app, the web browser equivalent, it's all good as far as the location upload updates are concerned.
Correct.
But we're still facing some problem. Is it not rolled out for everyone?
It should have been rolled out by to everyone, and Maha can confirm that. Maha, if you're on the call.
Yes,
Um,
sir. It is rolled out for everyone. When you tell Pooja about regarding location updates, what do you mean?
Yeah,
Roughly
I
location.
may mean differently. So, okay, so in the mobile app, we have a structure like we first go to village and then go to sub-district, then district. So, which comes automatically with the drop-down menu once we select a particular, say, district, Chamrajnagar, then it shows the sub-district and then it gives us the drop-down list of Puru. In data entry app, we need to manually enter these things. There is no like hierarchy which is coming.
Yes, yes. So it is designed that way because in data entry app, we do cover all the locations and all the locations across all catchments. It is not just locations in a particular catchment. So uh, with respect to the user experience, we have designed it like that intentionally. But if you want to be able to select at each level every time, then we can discuss about it if you think that would make the work easier. But what Vinay told was regarding the performance improvement. And so this is what you are asking is more of a feature request that we can definitely discuss, or you can raise a support ticket for the same and we can discuss further on it.
we can have a follow-up call on this if I'm sure you have a lot more context that we need to talk about, right, Pooja?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I think, yeah, I was maybe we were speaking apple and oranges, but thank you. If it's feasible, I'll take it forward. Thank you so much.
Okay, sure.
Sure, no issues.
Cool. So I'll move forward. In the on the side of project updates and ecosystem updates, we have some exciting news. There are projects that have rolled out on the ground. I mean, the users have started using it. With Anime Charitable Trust, registrations have begun, and Project Potential, which we are going to hear much more about today. They've also rolled it out for their health access program. So the full program full digitization program has been rolled out on the ground. So both of these are live. We are excited to announce some new partnerships also. We are starting new collaborations. One is with MLD Trust, working out of Mumbai. If we have Sujata or Sunil on the call, and if you are, I mean, this was not planned, but if you are in a position to maybe speak for a couple of minutes, share about your work, that would be great for all of us.
Yeah, sure. Dr. MLD Trust is based in Mumbai, but our intervention area is predominantly Palghar, which is about 60-70 kilometers away from Mumbai. The basic work that the trust is doing is in health area. One of the biggest projects that we have is mother and child care, where we look after the mother, basically the child for the first 1,000 days, which means starting from conception till about the child is for 2 years of age. And thereafter, we have another malnutrition program for children who are between the age of 2 to 6. In Palghar city, we have a pretty large hospital, about 100-bedded multi-speciality hospital. The other important thing about Double Trust is that it's completely homeopathy. Well, I shouldn't say completely homeopathy, because whatever are the surgeries or IPD that happens in the Palghar hospital does require allopathy treatment. But as soon as the surgery is over and the post-operative care starts, we try and switch the patients back to homeopathy as soon as possible. So the trust has been in operation for about 35 years. And this has been one of the long cherished dream that I've had to get automated and start using the software in order to capture the data at source and do the analysis, which is very necessary for doing the work further. That's about all that I had to say.
Thank you so much, Sunil. Really excited to, like we were discussing in the morning. So we had first round of discussion in 2018 with, I think, a completely different set of people probably at that point in time. And that time it didn't materialize, but now we're like so glad that this work is starting now.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, the another partnership that I'd like to announce is like Center for Social Justice. That also is starting from this week. Center for Social Justice works in various states of the country, helping people with legal aid. So this would be the first time where paralegals and would be using Avni application. We would be starting the development very soon. So that. Yeah, we're doing every year we do Avni conference. So this started in 2023, and with every year it's growing bigger. It's a get together of all Avni NGOs, Avni community members, and Avni team members together, getting a chance to connect in person, have certain focus sessions and discussions, learn from each other, and spend quality time with each other. If you are an active NGO using Avni, then you would have already gotten an invite. If you are not and you're still interested in joining the conference, then please write to us at avnipartnerships@samanvayfoundation.org, and we would be happy to discuss your participation. There are a couple of blog posts that I'd like to highlight. We have on our website. The first one, of course, again, this is a case study that we are going to discuss today, but there is a blog post around that also that's there up on Avni website. Then there is another case study with Jal Jeevan Mission and Aragyam, that the work they are doing around uh, uh, drinking water supply in Bihar, tap connection, household tap connections, and so on. So there is a detailed case study that's written by Siddhant from Project Tech for Deaf, that we've cross-posted from Avni website also. It talks of how they are using Avni, Mgram Seva, and Dalgo to make best use of digitization and data analytics. So please do visit Avni website to check out this case study. There is also an article, I mean, this question of using Aadhaar keeps coming up, storing and using Aadhaar in Avni keeps coming up. So Vinay and I have spent some time trying to understand the legalities and regulations around it, and we've tried to put down our learnings on this blog post over here. We'll try and see if we can do a dedicated webinar covering this and maybe some other security related topics. But for now, you can check out what learnings we have to share by visiting this blog on Avni website. There is another blog post, an amazing field visit report written by Maha. From our team, Maha, Taki, and Himesh visited. If I'm not forgetting, this was Kolar region or somewhere near Bangalore, where they visited to see how, to see the Gunj work that's happening on the ground, distribution of cloths and doing community activities, etc. They got a chance to interact with both the users of the application and the community members, and Maha shares her insights and reflections from that field visit on this blog post. So do check that out as well. Cool. With that, we'll move to the next segment of our meetup, which is the spotlight. So we have Kriti and Ashok from Project Potential today. Kriti works as an associate director at Project Potential. She plays a leading role in designing and implementation of programs related to skilling and livelihood. Ashok works as an associate director, program strategy and operations, and is passionate about creating meaningful impact in healthcare, youth development, and leadership, and has special interest in monitoring and evaluation systems and driving scalable and sustainable change in underserved communities. So welcome and thanks Kriti and Ashok for joining us. I'm handing it over to you to share more about both the NGO. We'd like to hear more about starting with what Project Potential is doing, with what all projects you're working on, and then moving on to learning more and sharing more about the project where you've used Avni, where you've done digitization and so on.
Sure. Thank you so
Wherein
much.
Thanks, Arjun.
Parth can give you the
I'll
access to share your slide deck, and you can take over the mic to share
Sure.
this.
Give me 1 second. I'm just sharing the screen. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think we can
Screen is
start.
visible. You can just maybe slide deck presentation mode. Yeah, so it's now in presentation mode. Thanks.
So this presentation where we'll focus on both the things a little bit to know about Project Potential and all the work we are doing in Bihar. And then we'll move into understanding how we are able to use the Avni platform created by Samanvay Foundation to solve one of the problems which we were working on as health access program. So we're going through and kind of sharing what were the challenges and how Avni came into picture and how we have taken it forward and implemented it. The introduction about the organization will be shared by Kriti. Over to you, Kriti.
Thank you so much, Ashok. Hi, everyone. This is Kriti from Project Potential. And thank you, Arjun, for introducing us as well. So Project Potential was co-founded by Zubin and Abod in 2015 with an idea to solve poverty in India's poorest district. Zubin is born and brought up in US and met Abod in 2012 while he was doing an internship in Bihar. Abod was working in that organization. They aligned on, the common vision of solving the problems of addressing poverty problem, and they co-founded Project Potential. Eureka then joined us in 2017, and she has been the strong pillar of an organization. She played an important role in setting up the processes, in setting up the operational part of the organization. We we are very lucky to have been funded by Narayan Murthy sir, Shibulal sir, Rohini ma'am, Dinesh sir, Vikram sir, and Ajim Premji. And there we also have CSR support from Infosys Foundation, Bajaj Finserv, APPI as well. Ashok, can we move forward? So our vision is to end poverty sustainably and inclusively in India's poorest district. And the way we see happening is through enabling intergenerational social mobility. What it means simply is that if you are born poor, you don't would want to encourage you to find ways so you don't live poor throughout your life, and you don't end up doing a similar task that your ancestors and parents were doing. So, how do we do it? We try to focus on youth engagement, providing career counseling, skilling, and job opportunities. And these youth are generally from marginalized backgrounds. And what kind of jobs we provide? The one which are aspirational, which are dignified, and give them an earning opportunity that is much more than what their ancestors were and parents were earning. Uh, so we are also working on a health project, and you may ask if your vision is to, if you are working on providing skilling opportunities, how does a health project falls into your work of area? So we have observed that in emergency situation, in health emergencies, a family is thrown into debt, and the health expenses are huge with an unstable infrastructure we have in Bihar. And Ayushman card provides a insurance and a blanket to the families from marginalized communities. So Ashok will talk about more about health related project, and please visit our website. You will get to know other projects that we are doing. Thank you so much. Over to you, Ashok.
Thanks, Preeti. The specific program as part of Project Potential, which we are focusing here, is now what we have seen that, as Kriti has mentioned, a lot of people here in the community are unable to go if they have any healthcare issue. And being in below the poverty line, it becomes more challenging for them to arrange for the money and everything. And being a problem, and we have also seen government have taken some initiatives, different initiatives to provide and have that gap filled through different schemes called Ayushman Bharat, where PMJ Y scheme is there, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana scheme. So what we were trying to do is that if certain government schemes are there, how we can help the community to get awareness about those schemes, and also we're able to kind of enroll in these schemes and later be able to get benefits out of these schemes. With an objective of keeping this in mind, we went and started working in some of the panchayats of Kishanganj district, which is our focus area here. And currently, with this particular project, we are focusing, at least we'll make one panchayat 100% Ayushman card enrolled and help them utilize the benefits of those cards. So making this as our goal for the project, we went and started working in a particular panchayat called Besarbati in the Thakurganj block. And one of the things which we found, as I said, that why for this problem where we need digitization, generally when we do any programs related to this, one of the methods of looking at this is that where we go with a lot of manual data collection, where when we are doing card creation or when we are distributing card, we used to collect all the records and everything on manual pen and paper. And we felt that due to that, the tracking was difficult, whether beneficiaries have got it on time, or if there is an issue, we were not able to track it properly. To solve this problem of kind of supporting the on-field team so that they could efficiently provide those cards, create more awareness, and also able to track the beneficiaries on a day-to-day basis, we went way of digitization. And here our focus was use Avni platform. Major for benefits of Avni platform for us was like it was able to seamlessly help us integrate all the processes. Like from the point of where we were doing the KYC of the beneficiaries to tracking the card, printing the card, and ensuring that the card is distributed to beneficiaries. Second bigger benefit of using Avni for us was like its functionality of able to work in offline mode. One of the major concerns for us when we are working in the rural areas is that the limited or no availability of internet connectivity. Even if we were trying to use other mediums like Google Form or Kobo tool, the challenge was seamless availability to uh, uh, collect all the data and also keep track of it. That was one of the major reasons why we went for Avni. And we also are able to kind of track whatever work is happening on the field by sitting. Sitting in our offices, we are able to track whatever is happening at the end of the day, how the on-field team is working, and what kind of support is needed, and also how many beneficiaries got benefited with getting access to the health card. So we are able to kind of track, have a report of end-to-end work on the field, plus able to track the beneficiaries. In addition to that, we kind of on an overall at a organization level wanted to do this digitization to kind of take it forward for other projects also. So where we are seeing a lot of our youth is engaged on field to kind of uh, work for the community. And we felt that these are the major reasons where we felt Avni played an important role for us to move into the part of better efficient work of implementing our program. I have a video. I'll see if I can play it. This is what our Avni app for health access program looks like. Where the field team, all the field workers who are working could be able to see all the details of the beneficiaries, where they can do their registration, then they can update us on how the EKYC has gone, how many EKYCs have been done, how many have been pending to, whether the card has been generated till the point the card has been distributed. I'll just give a glimpse of how it looks on the app which we are using, where we are focusing on capturing all the data on the field. So this is something we are capturing for each beneficiary, all the data. Then we kind of move into kind of capture whether they're eligible for this scheme or not. If they're eligible, whether we have done the eKYC or not. Once we have done the eKYC, whether we have downloaded, able to download their card or not. If we are unable to do, we are also capturing the reasons why we are not able to do eKYC or download or say distribution. We have put in system to capture all of them. So here, what we have done is that we had opportunity to one way to kind of take help from Avni to create the whole system and give it to us, and the other option to kind of train our team, and the team kind of take it forward to create the design of the app in terms of the requirement from the support which was given by the Avni team, like the Samanvay team. So first, what we have done, we have gone through 6 weeks of training, which was given by the Samanvay team, which has helped us to kind of understand how this Avni platform works, the concepts of Avni platform. Then we took the next 1 month to kind of how we can, on a self-service basis, use this app for our requirements. So in the last few months, we got trained first, then we moved on to create as per our requirement the app what we wanted to use for our health access program. And one of the major reasons for us to choose this self-service model was we wanted to build a team at our organization level, which can in future could also can translate this learnings of self-service model for implementing in the future. And also it is more cost effective for NGOs where the challenge of having enough funds to kind of move into digitization. So keeping in these two objectives, we try to kind of move with the self-service model. How has this helped using is that we have a better beneficiary engagement which is happening, where the on-field team can spend more time helping the beneficiary understand about the scheme and helping them to kind of do more work on the awareness part. On an organization level, it vastly improved our operational efficiencies. Earlier, we used to kind of do all the entries manually and then kind of entered into this Google Sheets by a data operator or a data entry persons. Now, the focus has been where we could directly get the data on the app digitally, and then which can be used for our analytic purposes and data analysis purposes, plus also tracking how the on-field team is working. These are some of the dashboards created by us to capture on a monthly basis and on a day-to-day basis how the work is going on specific to this Ayushman card program. And these are some of the testimonial given by our field team where they felt that the offline mode has really benefited them to work. And also the other point of its availability in multiple languages. We have given our model in our ground team majorly uses Hindi. So we have also given them the option to work on the app on Hindi language. In addition to that, our focus is also in future to how we can engage the benefits of this Avni app for our other programs where we are continuously working with the youth. So in future, we're planning to kind of scale up this digitization work to other projects where we are focusing on working with youth in terms of skilling and employability. That's all from my side. If you have any questions, I can try to answer them.
Hey Ashok, this is Vinay. One of the, I think in your last slide you had mentioned. Can you go to the last slide, please? The very
The
last one.
testimonial, right?
The testimonials. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit curious when I saw that. A visual comparison chart depicting key metrics before and after the implementation. I'm sure it's not there in this presentation, but do you happen to know what they are and uh, how they have changed?
No, I plan to do that, but I could not do at this point of time. But this is one thing which I want to kind of do in a week or 10 days time, because I want to kind of capture more information on this before I could uh, place before other people. Like I haven't done in detail, but this is one thing I'm focusing.
Got it. Thank you.
But to answer your question, one of the major change which I have observed is the number of, initially they had challenge of creating the cards and also kind of inputting the information on the Avni app. But after working for 2 to 3 weeks, each having their own understanding levels, now they're at a stage where they're becoming more efficient in terms of the number of cards being created uh, in a day, and more amount of time being spent with beneficiaries to understand their challenges. Because when you go to communities, one of the biggest challenges is that generally people just do the eKYC and leave it there, and we are trying to provide them all the information from doing the eKYC to providing their health card in their hands. So, and also making them aware about how they can use those cards. So that is one difference. We are seeing that they could spend more time on creating awareness about where they can go. Like we have seen cases where we have instantly created the cards and people have gone hospital in 2 3 days time, before they're not aware and were not able to do that. So the people who are working on field would bring that information to us saying that these are the emergency requirement, and we would try to kind of the what would say the lagging period of the time period where from eKYC to printing and then distributing card has become very less. In some of the emergency cases, we are able to do much faster because we have systems in place now through digitization. Hope I answered your question.
Yeah. It does. Thank you.
Go on, Himesh.
Yeah, hi Ashok. Himesh here from Samanvay. I had a question regarding your statement that there's another project about skill development, which would like to also make use of digitization technologies. So would there be an overlap in the user base as well as in the beneficiary area or location and demography and so on? And would you need a different organization projects to be set up specifically for that? What is your thinking regarding that?
So to answer your question, so the beneficiary here are different, because here we are working in health access program, working with the demographic will be same, but the age group will be very different, because for Ayushman cards, everyone who is eligible from the age of 0 to 60, whatever their age is, there's no age limit there. If they're eligible, they have a ration card, they're eligible and they become beneficiaries for Ayushman card. But when we talk about skill related project, we'll be more focusing on the youth, and mostly in the age group of 15 to 29, and where we're trying to connect them to different opportunities, which may be skilled, only skill related opportunities, or it will be a combination of skills plus employability. So that will require a little bit different design, and we are still working on how to go about it. We had some initial discussions with Arjun, but we haven't taken it forward to the next phase of working on it, where we are focusing on creating a huge database and trying to connect them to different opportunities.
Okay. And the user database for the people, the field users who will do this work, would there be an overlap with them? And what and the users currently doing the maternal child health programs?
The overlap will be there for the youth, but the whole design might not work because the requirement and the problem statement is different for both the issues. What we want to solve is different. Here, we want to mostly solve the assurance, but the overlap will be there because the youth in the age group 59-29 may also be the beneficiaries of the Ayushman card, but the problem which we are trying to solve is a little different, but only on basis of overlap on the user base, there is a small range of user base overlap is there.
Yeah. Thanks, Ashok.
But to also add to that point, one thing is that here we are providing the end-to-end service of providing the Ayushman card. So the beneficiary is not directly using any of the services, but in case of the employability and the user thing, maybe there's a lot of engagement from the youth and participation in terms of using the database. So in that way, if you see it, there is very less user base overlap.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Ashok.
Just one correction. I believe you said by mistake. So I think you mentioned 6 weeks for the training. We had 6 sessions of 2 hours each.
Sorry, my
Yeah.
we
But yeah,
had,
I was
think,
jokingly saying. Yeah, sorry, go on.
go ahead. Yeah, my bad. I think it's
No, I was
6
saying,
sessions.
I was jokingly saying, I was jokingly saying that someday we hope there is that much to learn in Avni that it becomes a 6-week training. But yeah, at the moment it's like 6 sessions of 2 hours each are sufficient to cover most of the key parts.
I think I have combined the one month support plus the training, where in my mind it was 6 weeks. I think that's what I mentioned. Yeah, but the training was really helpful.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, Parth.
Yes. So, since you mentioned that the self-service training is very useful for the NGOs who have a very limited budget for the digitization, I just wanted to understand, I mean, what was your experience? I think you have a tech background, but people who don't have any knowledge about coding or who has just worked with the Google Forms and everything, what do you think? How soon any NGO can roll out their project using, I mean, with the help of the training?
I think I would say one critical part depend upon is the clarity about what is the problem we are solving and how we want to solve it using the Avni app. Because if we have that clarity and with the training, it will help us understand about how to use different functionalities available in the app to kind of create the app to solve the problem. And in addition, the 1 month support is really helpful, where from the theoretical knowledge to kind of practically working on our problem, is a process where the support really helps. The training plus support plays an important role. The combination should always be there for anybody from the non-tech background. One of the challenges people might face while implementing would be, there could be after that 1 month, if they want to make certain functionality changes, which might require a lot of coding, and that may be where they need to kind of take support from the systems available. One is that Avni provides that support. The other thing is like you kind of do a little bit of experimentation around, because now a little bit of AI enabled tools are available. So it's a combination of exploring how you could utilize the resources available to kind of work on it. But I would say that having enough time to kind of properly do the training, plus able to utilize the 1 month support period, will really help you to kind of reach at least 80 to 85%. The next 15% variable, you have to kind of work around it and kind of take it forward. It's a learning phase which keeps on going for the first 2 to 3 months.
Definitely. Yeah. Thanks.
I think what worked out really well, I think, Ashok, is you had set out some time to get this done. So even during the training, you were able to do the exercise that were given. And then even afterwards, immediately as the training completed, you had some timeline in your mind, which was aligned with the support period to roll out the whole project. And you were immediately after the training, you were at it, trying to set it up, asking questions, requesting for call to get clarity on or reviewing the data model that you had come up with, which has really helped. I mean, just to put this in context for everybody, I think we completed the training somewhere, I think 4th of maybe 2nd of October or 1st of October or something like that, first week of October. And then Ashok had rolled out the project on ground on 26th of October. So this kind of clarity and focus is something on the NGO side and on your side, Ashok, that was something that was amazing. And we were able to get it like live so quickly.
I think so. I think that really helps when you do just start the training, and really helps to go and have that clarity of requirement, and then piloting some of the things we have learned to kind of do it with the requirement. I think it really helped keeping those timelines and having that clarity.
Cool. Are there any other questions? Anybody, either for the project potential team or for on any of the other topics shared? Okay. So then I think we can wrap up this call. So thanks a lot again, Ashok, Kriti, and everybody else for joining us for this meetup. We'll meet again next month, January, for the monthly meetup. And then for the face-to-face conference in Mahabalipuram towards the end of January. See you all. Bye.
Thanks a lot. This was
Yeah.
very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank